In the last video, we saw how to work with long documents in LaTeX. So you want to write a thesis, you want to write a book and everything. And we saw how we could do that in a single file comprising of just a .tex file and a references.bib file or something. And of course, we saw how we could do things in modular form where we have chapters separated, we have other parts separated, and then the main document just helps to aggregate everything. The main text file that is just aggregates everything together. So in this place, you have come to see some another very important aspect of LaTeX. So just like in Microsoft Word, right? Just like in Windows Office, for presentation, you have Microsoft PowerPoint, and that is really powerful, right? So, but sometimes it becomes problematic if you want to type math equations and all also. The beautiful thing about LaTeX is that whatever you type in a document in LaTeX, you can easily, copy and paste them to make presentation slides, right? That's why in this video, we're looking at presentations with LaTeX Beamer. So when you see Beamer, so it's a document class that helps to make LaTeX slides. Okay, let's go for that. Presentations with LaTeX Beamer. The learning objectives include to design clean, consistent academic slides in LaTeX, use overlays, pauses, and transitions to paste content, lay out content with blocks, list, columns, figures, and tables, typeset math and show code with syntax highlighting, export handouts, speaker notes, and printer-friendly versions. Sometimes you're presenting, but you want to have your own notes as a speaker, or you want to also give out handouts to people who are listening to you. So LaTeX can help you cover all of these things. So first of all, what do you need? When we started with LaTeX, right, I gave you the minimal thing you need to work in LaTeX. You need the documents class, say documents class article, and then you need begin document, end document, and every other thing comes in between begin document and end document. But for a Beamer file, right, the minimum thing you need is what you have here. So you need the documents class Beamer. So not article this time, not book, not report, but Beamer, not letter, Beamer, right? And then you need a theme, like maybe the theme can be Madrid. There are many themes. There's Madrid. I think my favorite theme should be Dresden, I think. And I believe Dresden is a city in Germany. So Dresden is one of my favorites. Then I like US Cambridge too. US, capital US, and then Cambridge. Then you have every Frankfurt, you have Hanover, you have Ann Arbor, and so on and so forth. Okay, if I instead of just talking about them, I think I just copy this to either Overleaf and LaTeX, and I think I prefer Overleaf because I can expand the windows. So here now I'm just going to okay. I mean this didn't work the last time, so let me go back to the front page and go back to LaTeX typesetting, where I get to create a new page. I mean, a new article like I've been doing. So now that should be article 16, new file, article 16. Then I create that. So the minimal thing you need to do LaTeX templates is just this thing now. So it just says use theme title, hello Beamer. So this is the title here. Your name, you can put your name here. So this is the Madrid system. Beamer is ready. That's your first slide. So you can just continue with the slide. So if you want to do another slide, just be every new slide is in a frame. So you just begin frame, end frame. So I've increased the frame now. I just copied and pasted the first frame. So that will just be, of course, still saying it is first slide. This is the second slide now, so on and so forth. Okay. So, and this is the Madrid uh, theme. Uh, I told you about Dresden, which seems to be my best so far. So this is Dresden. I just changed that Madrid to Dresden. This is what this looks like. Of course, everything is on in its full force now. So this is the minimal template to work with. Again, I guess I can remove this. I can just copy it and paste it. I can remove this now. Then what else? I have Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is really like shouty, yellow and I think it's yellow and green or yellow and blue. I think yeah, yellow and blue. This is uh, Ann Arbor. Then you have US Cambridge. Is it US Cambridge? I think so, US Cambridge. If it's not, I'll just go on to something else. I'm not too sure if it's US Cambridge. Yeah, I suspect okay, let me see if it can suggest me something. Is it US? Oh, it's Cambridge US. Yeah. It's Cambridge US, not US Cambridge. Yeah, interesting. Okay, yeah, this is Cambridge, US. I like using it too sometimes. Then there's Hanover. There's a lot. There's a Hanover, Hanover. You have Hanover right there. Okay, what could that be? Is Hanover should be double N maybe? I suspect Hanover is probably double N. Hanover should be double N, I think so. Yeah, that works. Okay, so you see, you have the band at the side here. Then there's Frankfurt. There's Frankfurt. So you can use different themes as you like. And of course, how does it go? I mean, Frankfurt looks beautiful too. So if you download it now, everything just comes out in form of PDF. So you can just to present it as a slide, just put it in full screen mode, right? So this full screen mode, and then you can change slide here and there. Okay. So download. So it comes as PDF, but then it's still the slide you want. Okay. So with that in place now, let's go back to what we are doing. So this is minimal Beamer file you can use. So we go for Beamer basics. And so we talk about frames, themes, and colors. So we have the document skeleton. You have document class like we did. So aspect ratio is 169, that's 16:9, Beamer. So it's 169 for widescreen, 43 for classic. So if you want widescreen, if you want classic, that's 43. Then use package, input encoder, use package graphics, book tabs, AMS, smart AMS, because especially if you have equations, then short title, and then you also have a full top title, right? Then you have short name, your name, institution. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to have a mini project as usual. So, and then for themes and colors, right? There are different themes and colors. I showed you some of the themes. So, one of the themes is Boadilla. Let me try this Boadilla and see how it looks like. Boadilla. Boadilla. So, let's see what that is about. Look at this. Not so beautiful. That's okay. So, but I mean, it's mature. Like I discovered that when people are starting out, they like beautiful stuff. But when you become like a big professor, you have little time to start doing very beautiful and colorful slides, except you have someone doing that for you. So use Timbo Adila. So there are other things like Madrid, Cambridge, US, Berkeley, Metropolis, and all that. Okay, Metropolis needs installation. Okay, let me play with Metropolis. I think Metropolis can be quite beautiful. Let me try. If it doesn't work, I can rely on the LaTeX AI to help me do that. Okay, Metropolis. If it's not installed, then we have a problem. So I'll just click on suggest and it should tell me something I should do to make it work. So I need a package called Metropolis. Still doesn't work. Okay, so what can I do then? So it needs a style called Metropolis. I mean, I won't waste my time on this. If after this one I don't get anything good out of it, I just walk away. Okay, no worries. So, but I know I've used Metropolis and it can be pretty nice like that. So let me go back to Cambridge, US. Cambridge, US, yeah. Stop with this. Go back to where I'm coming from. Yeah, this is Cambridge, US. So I'm back here. So there are different color themes, several of them, there are different themes rather. Then use color themes. So you can have seahorse, which is default. So you can also use default, whale, beaver, seahorse, dolphin, and all these things. So seahorse is what we have here currently. So default, whale, beaver. So for the okay. There's no color theme, yes, because it's not one of the basics, right? It's not one of the minimal template, some Beamer thing. So optional now, you can use lightweight branding colors. Like you can define your color, like my blue RGB 086153. Set beam color, like structure FG is my blue. So you can set your colors like this. Then frames, slides are in frames, as you have seen already. So like, yeah, frames house this thing. So begin documents, begin frame, title page, end frame, begin frame agenda, title of contents. So I'm a table of contents. So sometimes you want to give table of content in your slide, you have a section, begin frame, irregular frame, tech maths, E equals MC squared, and the figure of least, blah, blah. So the slides actually come out in your frame. So this whole thing now, begin frame and end frame. So this is one frame like this, begin frame, end frame. This is another frame like this. You can also section things. So you have another section called introduction, and you have a frame there, which is begin frame, end frame, like that. So we'll see the example in the mini project. Then you have overlays and pauses and overlays, pauses and transition. Sometimes you don't want to just throw out all the ideas at once. So you want to bring them out one after the other. So you can have incremental lists like incremental bullets to begin itemize. So you have itemized back. So you have this one dash, first point, second point. So you go step by step. So we see that when we get there. Or maybe I can take this, I can work with this right now. I think I can work with it in the what in that page I already have on this page. So if I put this now, so we have this coming out. Okay, we have it. So now you see, this is automatically, so we can use pause, right? But we can also use this. So if I download this now, see what happens. So it opens this and I have this thing now. So this is first page, second page, that's first slide. Second slide, that's first point. So you see all the 3 points are not coming at once. So if I move on, it's at second point. If I move on, it's at third point. And people like to do that, right? You don't want to throw out all the information at once, right? You want to go step by step. So, by instead of, the normal item doesn't have this, the normal item doesn't have this, greater than kind of sign, then one dash, less than, like that. So if you do this, then you go incrementally, okay? Which is pretty helpful, as you can imagine. Then you can have fine control, like you can begin frame, overlay controls. So only one, shown only. Okay, I think it's better to show you what it's doing than just to talk about it. So this whole thing now appears as step 3, still takes space earlier if desired. So I just copy this. This is for some kind of fine control. So I'm just going to put it as the next slide, okay, and see how it works. So I'm aware that Overleaf can work out on me at any point in time. It can tell me I'm doing too much or something, but it's okay. So I download this again. It opens. Yeah. So we have the new thing. So we have the first page as usual. We have the first slide. Increment that. Okay, because this is title page. We have the first slide. We have first point, second point, third point, and then overlay control shown only on step 1. Reviewed from step 2 onward. Reviewed from step 2 onward. Appears as step 3. Still takes place earlier if desired. So I mean, you have some kind of overlay. Like overlay is like you're saying, so you see for overlay, right? You say shown only on step 1. Overlay means that they now continue reviewed from step 2 onward, and then now reviewed from step 2 onward appears that step 3 still takes place earlier if desired. So you have that's the idea of overlay, talking about fine control in Beamer. Okay. So we have incremental figures and equations. So you can have incremental figures and equations. As usual, it's better to let the frame speak for itself, like this. So I copy this and just now, the beautiful thing of using Google Colab for this thing is that, you can, sadly, I don't have them on Google Drive, but on request, I can send you anyone you need, or I can send you the whole thing, all the documents I've been using, so I can send them to you. So this one is like the equation step by step to show, maybe you want to really explain something, how, the equation is building up. So see this now. So I expand to full screen. So first point, second point, third point, and show only step 1. Review from step 2 onward. Review from step 2 onward appears that step 3 still takes place if desired. So equation build now. So you see, we are showing this grad dot f bar. That partial f sub x partial x. Then this is 1 dimension, 2 dimensions, and 3 dimensions. So we can show that build up step by step like that. And that is really very useful. Maybe you are teaching a class and you really want to drive the point home as much as possible. So you have that. So we can have that incremental figures and equations. And all you need to do in that case is this double dollar, right? So you have on slide 1, you have the full thing. On slide 2, now you add this to it. On slide 3, you add this. So you can keep adding stuff to this. And this is pretty helpful. So you don't have to write the whole equation again. So you just keep adding on slide like that. Okay. So transitions, of course, transitions should be used sparingly because they can be quite heavy on your frame. So in that case, probably need use package PDF pages, and per frame you can also begin frame, plain, title, trans. So you can have trans fade, also trans wipe, trans push, and all these things. So you should use sparingly because they can actually They can be beautiful, but they can waste your time too. So 14.4, you can have blocks, lists, figures, tables, and columns, right? Again, for this now, unlike the one I just left out, this is one frame. So we can demonstrate what this does, by just pasting it on that. On still, I am aware that this Overleaf can work out on me at any point in time, so no problem. That's why we have Tech Studio to the rescue most times. Okay, this still works. That's fine. So you can have different blocks. Again, I'm going to download this so we can see it the way it should be in LaTeX. So again, we have our title page. We have first slide. We have incremental bullet, first point, second point, third point. We have overlay controls, all this that we had before. Question build, this, and that. And now these are the blocks. So if you want a definition block, this is a standard block. And if you want an important block, that's an attention block. This is like an alert block. And then example and example block. Now, interestingly, these blocks appear differently in different themes. So let me use another nice theme I like. Say I go for Dresden, which I like a lot, I think. So those blocks will appear differently. Yeah, so you can see now. Let me see. Begin frame blocks. Begin block is standard block. Okay, this is how this appears. Okay, maybe this has changed because there used to be one begin block, end block, thing like that, that, puts it in some kind of shape. But it's okay. So we have this now. So see how this goes. So we have definition block, important block, and an example block. And what are the differences as we see here? So the differences lie in the fact that you have, for the example block, you have begin example block, example, alert block now. Okay, maybe I should separate them. Begin frame for blocks now. So you have a standard block, that's begin block, end block. You put definition, begin. So for alert block now, it's something important. Begin alert block, end alert block. And here you have begin example block, end example block. So you have different kinds of blocks, standard, alert, and example block, like that. Then you can have columns. So what if you want to do a double column kind of thing in Beamer? Okay, maybe I'm gradually getting to that point where Text Studio is going to work out of me rather. So let's see how that goes. I guess I want to go back to Cambridge, US. Now, okay, we need a figure here now. Maybe I should just use Control Home. Let me go back to Cambridge, USA. Cambridge, US rather. Cambridge, US. And then I want to use, I mean, we can use our normal mathematical packages. So yeah, it has come to this. So let's say I want to use package, use package, minimum working example. So in that case now, instead of this figure giving me error, so I can just go to where it is and say, this figure should be, normally it should be coming from somewhere, but I can just comment this out. Okay. I comment this out. Okay. That's not good. That's not good. So I need to comment the whole thing. Then I copy this part. I just copy this part. I paste it and I say, okay, I have to remove the percent. So I can now say this is example, image. Okay. Like just a placeholder. That should work. Yeah. So we have that example image. But if I want it to be like example image A, let's see how that works. If it is case sensitive or not, I'll see that. Okay, it doesn't work. So I just put small letter A. Example image A. Yeah, that works. Okay, good. So again, I can download this and we have all of that. So this. Okay, so the blocks now. I think I like it better this way. Then these are the two columns, bullet A, bullet B. So you have the bullets on one side and you have the figures on another side. So that's the beauty of this. So we have figures and captions. How about working with figures and captions? So like you have a diagram and things like that. So same thing, just like okay, for columns, we already had figures up there, so it's about the same thing. So you just put your figures in here. So for tables, okay, I can put this table in there to see what happens. So we can throw in the table like this. So you can see each one is in begin frame, end frame, begin frame, end frame, like this. So you see begin frame, a table, begin tabular, LCC. I mean, we talked about how to use table previously. So, but then there's something wrong here. So let me just look for ways to correct it. So, okay, we need a book tabs package to make this work correctly. Okay, now all the errors are gone. Nice. So this is where I know there are errors. So now we have, because of book tabs, now we have this page. Okay, maybe I should finish doing everything before I output the PDF the next time. So we have mathematical content and code on slide. So if you want some maths on the slide, okay, of course, you can have let F be a continuous be continuous on the closed interval A, B, things like that. You want maths on the frame, you're free to do that. So here you have this, something like this. Okay. Yeah, that works fine. So it's I think it's a kind of block, right? Begin proof. So okay, we have the your proof thing. So you have a theorem, begin theorem, end theorem. So theorem, nice theorem. Let it be continuous on AB. Then there exists C belonging to AB such that blah blah blah. Then the sketch. So the proof sketch, main idea in one or two lines. So you see proof done. Okay. Then that's having mathematics on your slide. Then you can have code listing. So you have code with listings, no shell escape. So this one now, okay, yeah. So use package listing. So we need to use that package and everything. So we can wait for, so code listing is like you want to show the code exactly the way it appears. So when we do the final project, you see, or the mini project, you see that. Then you also have code with minted, better highlighting, needs shell escape. So you can have something like this there. Exporting and printing handouts. So handout mode, no overlays, good for printing, PDF sharing. You know, if you want to give out handouts, you know, you don't want to have all those overlays happening. You just want to have everything at once. So in that case, now you need to use document class handouts Beamer in that situation. Then the option B is conditional. So you can say mode handouts, set Beamer point. So if you're finished doing your Beamer, okay, for instance, now, you know, there are overlays in this case, right? So first of all, you have downloaded this, and then you can see everything from the beginning, right? Then you can move from slide to slide till you get to the end. And then there are overlays and everything. But if you want handouts, all you just need to do is come to this place and here instead. So in front of before the Beamer, we put in square brackets handout. So handout will remove all overlays. So if I download that now, you see you will not necessarily have any transitions. Okay, if everything works as I expect. Okay, so you have the handouts thing now. So everything just comes out at once. You can see everything is coming out at once. So no overlays. So this handout now, you can give it out to people who want to listen to you instead of having to move from page to page and everything. Or maybe you just want to print one for yourself without the overlays. So the handout helps you to take care of that idea. And I think it's pretty useful, right? Sometimes you want to have a copy of your slide. So, but I mean, I'll remove the handout this time around. So if you need handouts, you know how to do it. Then you have end up pages for handouts. So you can use package PGF pages, mode handouts, use this A4 paper border screen. So I will not worry about that. Then speaker notes now. You know, sometimes you need a note to guide you, right? So then I've set Beamer option, hide notes. For instance, maybe you want to present in a foreign language that you are not really confident about. So you can have your notes to guide you, or maybe even if it is in English that you use already, you can also do the same. So options, show notes, slide. So here now you have to set Beamer point, hide notes, percent default. So you know the notes is only available to only you. So options now, show notes, slide plus notes, show only notes, notes pages only. Then begin frame, a slide with notes. So main content here. So you see the notes, but the person listening to you does not see the notes. So in that case, you now say main content here, emphasize key takeaway. So this is like something that is guiding you on what to do at every at that point in time. Okay. So, but you have to set Beamer option to hide notes. Do we already have Beamer options here? I don't think so. So I'll move on till we get to the last part. So what if you want to talk about Beamer article? Optional, you can create an article version using Beamer article. So use package Beamer article document class. So I mean that's totally I mean if you have a use case for it actually. So talking about design and accessibility tips, quick checklist. So prefer 16:9 aspect ratio. Keep margins generous as much as possible. Then limit fonts. Professional defaults are fine. Avoid overstyling. So overstyling can actually distract your listeners instead of driving your point home as much as you want it. So one idea per slide. So roughly 6 lines of context. So no, a slide should be just like the word PowerPoint in Microsoft, right? PowerPoint. So highlight the key points. Don't overburden a slide with too much information. So one idea per slide, approximately 6 lines of context maximum. Use figures instead of text where possible. Use high contrast, avoid red and green combos, for instance. Ensure readable font size, e.g. 28 to 32 point equivalent. Use overlay effects sparingly, not animate every line. Include slide numbers and section progress if helpful. So these are some very nice tips for you. Then some troubleshooting that you may need. Overfull or underfull boxes, so you may need to reduce text, use shorter lines or allow line breaks. Allow line breaks, and you should use them sparingly. Then minted fails, compile with shell escape or switch to listings. Fonts and themes audit is try another theme or remove conflicting color or font settings. So some fonts and theme don't work well, so you may have to try to adjust. Then images not found, check relative paths. So maybe the figures are not there, or sometimes the figures are inside the folder. So you need figures slash the figure name. So if they are in folders, you do figure slash. But if they are not in the figures folder, then you can use the name directly. So it depends on how you're going. Now we finally have a mini project, 10-slide academic talk ready template. So want to create this talk.tech with this skeleton and fill in your content. Well, I told it to actually I actually asked the AI to help me make a presentation on mathematical biology. So I'm making a slide to talk about mathematical biology. Okay. So you can see it's pretty lengthy. So this one, I guess I want to do it in Text Studio if possible. If it doesn't work in Text Studio, then I'll go back to Overleaf. But before I forget this one, so handouts, there are small steps we need to pay attention to. Handouts and notes variants. So printable handouts without overlays, change the class to document class handouts, aspect ratio 169 Beamer, and optionally use PGF pages to print 2 or 4 slides per page. So you can actually use PGF pages to print 2 or 4 slides per page. Speaker notes during practice, you can set Beamer option show notes or set Beamer option show only notes. Then add notes your talking points to frames. So this is for your personal information. Then suggested next steps. Now you can pick a theme you like Madrid, Boadilla, Cambridge, US, or Metropolis if available. Drop your images into a figures folder and replace placeholders. Decide between listings, no shell escape, or minted prettier, which needs shell escape. So if you want to use minted, you need shell escape. Compile with LaTeX XMK PDF or shell escape if using minted. Okay, so let's go for that now. So like I said, I want to do this in Tech Studio. So this can go, this can also go. Then I open a new file and I just put this right here and run it and see if it works. So like I have a 10-page slide or so this seems to be working fine. No stress. Excellent. So I'm just going to save it. Control S. I say this is what should I call this now? Beamer. Okay, let me just say LaTeX slide. LaTeX slide on math bio. or mathematical biology. I'm going to put it in the same place like I've been putting other ones. Maths, this, and then I look for LaTeX typesetting. Then I save this right in here. Then I run it once again so I can have it there. So once you put it in that directory, you can go back to that directory to find it. Good. So I have all of this. So you see, so I can go for I can come back in here in LaTeX typesetting, and then I get LaTeX slide or Math Bio. So I look for the PDF, right? So this is the Text Studio LaTeX slide on Math Bio. Where is it? So this one right here. So I just do this. Yeah, so this is it. Introduction to Mathematical Biology. Clean models, clear visuals, credible insight. That's like the subtopic. So this is my name. This is my lab also. November to 2025. This is the outline, motivation, population models, epidemics, predator, prey, blah, blah. So I just do the whole why mathematical biology, complex living systems, populations, epidemics, genetic cells. Model turns ideas into quantitative testable predictions, bridge theory and data for insights and decision making, and so on and so forth. So we have this exponential versus logistic growth, we have um we have SIR model essentials. We have I mean, I'm just talking about mathematical biology in brief. So we can even have a simulation code to take care of the system of these Volterra cycles like this. And then we have minimum simulation code for that. Then equilibria and stability logistic, we have this. Then intervention scenarios and all this. So limitation and extension, homogeneous mixing, constant parameters, and deterministic dynamics. Those are some limitations. Extension, we can do spatial reaction diffusion, age-structured network model, stochasticity, optimal control. Then key takeaways are mini project, clear visuals plus concise equations, enhance understanding, thresholds, e.g. R0 and stability guide, policy and intuition. Pick a biological system. So if you want to do your own, so pick a biological system like SIRs to predator prey, derive equations, simulate, visualize, discuss limitations and extensions, right? So we have references. So that's like a very simple. Okay, I mean it's up to 12 pages here. So and what's driving all of this is this. I mean, this whole code I have shown right here. So see how it all goes. So I mean it's clear, it's easier to show how everything goes here. So we have them step by step. So I'll just breeze through this before bringing it to a close. So of course, because anything that has percent in front is not going to work. It's not active, but maybe just for information. Mathematical biology beamer, safe mode, PDF LaTeX compatible, no font spec, no minted. Theme, Madrid code listings, figures, text placeholders, documents class aspect ratio, 169 beamer, and we have the theme Madrid, user color theme is default. Font theme, we have professional fonts and all that. Then core packages, you have all this. Yeah. So font encoder, blah, blah, blah. Graphics, book tabs, microtype, AMS Smart, because we have tables. Colors, you can work with the colors. You have the code listings. Title data, this is where you can edit all of this as you want. Then for the macros now, we need this new command, math, TRM, blah, blah. Then begin document. So for the title, you have begin frame, end frame, and you have title page. So that's why we have the title page on its own. Then we have the outline, begin frame, end frame, outline. So table of contents automatically picks up all these things. So if you want to have frames like this, you need to have sections. So section, motivation. And that's why in this PDF now, if we come to the beginning, right? If you come to the beginning, uh, so we have that section. So all these ones are the sections you have named. So the first section is what you call motivation. Okay, I think it's clearer on the Google Doc. So motivation. So the next one is population models. As you can see, population models, that's the next one. So if you want these things to come, if you want to have outline like this, so make sure you use sections. So because it is the section that we aggregated automatically. So after that, you have epidemics. So you can see epidemics right here. The next is predator prey. Okay. So you have predator prey. So this is it right here, and we have those equations and all the graphs. So we use TeXPicture to draw the diagrams, numerical simulation, That's the next thing. So you have all of this going, discussion, conclusion, and then you have the backup appendix and the references, all of that. And that's how this goes. Okay, maybe one more thing I want to do is this. I want to go back here and change it to change the theme to Cambridge, US, which is also a beautiful theme. Cambridge, US. So then I run that. Okay, because the PDF is open, that's why that's happening. So I guess I want to close all these tabs. Close all tabs. Yeah, so now I can run it. So if the PDF is open, you won't be able to run another file over it. That's what we have seen there. First, and okay, it's affecting this front page, but it's not affecting the rest. Why? Okay, I think it is what it is. Okay. So I can just go back here and pick up that document. So it would have changed automatically now that I've done it using Cambridge, US, like that. So we still have all this going now. Do I've changed all the themes. So you can have more controls over these things as much as you want. Okay. So I think with this, I've come to the end of this very interesting video on how to use LaTeX for presentation slides, and that is really useful. So you can be a lot in control, especially if you don't care about so many if having pictures, right? I mean, in math, we don't so most times we don't really care about pictures like that. Of course, I mean, a picture is of course, you can also integrate pictures, as you can see already, right? We can integrate pictures as much as we want. So you can use the figures function, begin figure, end figure kind of function right there. Yeah, so with this, I come to the end of this interesting video on using Beamer for presentation in LaTeX. Okay, and that's the documents class in that case will be Beamer like that. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Let me know how helpful this is for you. And if there's something else you'd like me to do, feel free to let me know. Okay. If you have subscribed already, I thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, of course, you want to go ahead and subscribe right away. Okay. And click the notification bell, hit the notification bell rather, so you can always get alerted each time a new video is released. Having done that, you also want to become a member of this channel if possible by clicking on join, and this gives you 3 levels of membership with some special privileges. Ultimately, don't forget to comment, like, and share so that more people can have access to the great content I have going on here. Till I come your way again, keep doing LaTeX right. Bye.